Previously on the KaboodleSMP.
Withers of the waste. The nights of this world are getting colder. Our crops, all of them are starting to wilt. Ever since the sun went, things have been tough. I need you now. Guide me again. Just lead me to something that will give me wisdom. Something. I should probably find the others. Only I could have a fire wherever I went. Even my blood now, it's starting to get so much colder. I think I said they would be meeting by the fire. At least. The two purple eyes. I don't see them. Where are they? What are they doing? What is he up to? Greetings.
Hello, I'd say good morning, but I'm not sure what time it is.
How are the both of you faring?
Link's
About
lost
as well
it.
as we could be. Pyro, you know about the fire and stuff. You can't catch fish in here, can you?
Not in this realm, you can't.
Okay.
Perhaps there's something swimming in the magma,
I
but
told you.
I doubt it's edible.
I told you.
Okay.
Have either of you come up with any more ideas? Is there any development on the void?
No.
The void is putting me on my wit's end. There's nothing. It's not giving any leads, anything.
Still nothing?
I'm trying my hardest. I don't have much to work with. But, yeah, still nothing.
We haven't got much time. I've barely been keeping on top of things. I just don't know what comes next. I just suppose we're all a bit helpless.
I imagine the lack of sun is really getting to everyone. I mean, I think the reason it hasn't been getting us is that it almost feels like home.
The Nitherians, I've spoken to Ray and... Oh?
Oh boy.
Popsicle!
Hi. Hello, hi.
Hello
Hi,
again.
Popsicle!
Hey.
How you
Hey.
doing?
Hi. Hello there.
Cold.
I was wondering if you guys have any food, by any chance. I'm
Any
very hungry.
Have you run
Apparently
out of all
string
your
is not
rations?
food.
Yeah, no, I've run out of food entirely.
Entirely.
One of my very last supplies I have
Yeah.
left.
I mean, I do have this piece of rotten flesh. That's like it, but
Not sure how much that'll
Yeah.
help you. Here,
I have string.
yeah.
I have a couple loaves of bread. Take this for now. Make it count.
Would you
Thank
like
you.
this?
Thank you. Oh boy. Okay. Thank you.
Would
I
you
have
like
some,
this string?
String.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Why not?
Is it food?
Goodness.
You could eat it. Wouldn't help you much.
I was right. You're rude.
So, here's where we stand. We don't have much to work with. I'll be honest, it's looking bleak, to put it bluntly. All the crops have started to wilt. The animals, they've started to become exhausted and don't know how long they'll be lasting for. All the cows are gone already, but all the other flocks that I have in the pastures, they're all starting to wane too.
It's also
Does
really
it-
cold.
You're not wrong. I don't know if you've felt
Yup.
it yet, but fucking freezing. Right.
Is it?
Well, for those who aren't from here, aye.
Okay.
The nights here are bad enough as it is, but whatever. It doesn't matter. I can deal with the cold, but the food. Does anybody have any ideas?
I have nothing.
Hmm.
This almost feels like things I used to be at home, just dark, open skies, no warmth. I mean, the only food we had back there, well, it was interesting. That's how much it will grow under these conditions.
Well, the only thing I had in mind was the ocean, but I don't know how long the ecosystem in there is going to last for. Fish, perhaps, maybe for a while, but they'll all end up dead on the shore and soon. Couldn't tell you how soon, but
Without the sun, the producers can't photosynthesize the algae and the cytoplasm. It won't
Whatever that
be long
means.
for that.
anyway, just,
Simple words.
well,
Yes.
perhaps.
Food no good, son.
Fair enough. Well, what about the underground? There are berries growing in some caves, are there not?
Is that really what we've resorted to?
If you have any better ideas.
I have berries.
Hmm.
I have a multitude of berries. A berry farm.
Well, they wouldn't still be growing, would they?
I mean, don't they produce in the nighttime?
Well, they need sun at some point.
Hmm. So why don't we just go find the sun?
I don't think it works like that.
I don't think you work like that. Rude.
Okay, that's.
Well, I just... What are we waiting for then? What's gonna change? What's gonna happen to fix this? I'm clean out of ideas. Have any of you had any success on a breakthrough? Anything pointing you closer to how to slow things down? At least how to get the sun? Everything has just happened so fast.
We've been studying the void as much as we can, but there's not much we can grasp from it other than what we already knew from the end.
Shit.
The void.
Nobody's
That's
giving
like
you
what's
the
causing
rundown
all
yet?
this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not
point.
exactly sure, what it is. In the sense, I kind of had this weird hallucination dream thing where my father came to me and told me to join the void. I wasn't exactly sure what had happened. And then my companion Delilah had the same thing happen to her with one of her close friends. So I don't exactly know what any of it means, but
You
I do know
should've-
that we're in the situation we're in now because of the void. So
No matter what anyone says, you should never join the void. The void,
okay.
well, let me think. It's almost like this ever-present force within the end. You can almost feel it pulsing. See, things were very different at home. You haven't heard much about the end, have you? Nathaniel?
No, I haven't. No.
The end is structured very differently to this world. It's almost a series of islands floating atop nothing. The nothingness that we call the void. It's dark, it's almost beautiful, but it's dangerous. It sucks whatever life and knowledge touches it, and it should not be in this world.
I see. So, the fact that it's in the overworld isn't meant to happen?
Not at all.
Definitely not.
I see.
People of the
Nuh-uh.
end have adapted to its presence. They grew cold with it nearby all the time. We were told tales as kids of those who fell into the void and how you could never go near it. If it's here, horrible things.
Well, do we know how it got here? Because if there was a way for us to get rid of it, maybe then the sun would come back.
We think, well, at least the sun should have something to do with Kyle.
Who's Kyle? I remember hearing about him.
Link?
Well, I'm not too sure what he is. I think he was Cab's brother?
Yeah,
I
he's had,
see.
he has familial ties with Ab. Who, well, she's another case altogether, but for now doesn't seem to be an active threat with the Void. Kyle, however, she's been talking about him since, well, as long as I've known her, but it seems like things are getting dire. I thought a lot of the stuff Kyle was in her head, but
The
seems to be
relations
appearing.
between them, whatever their history is, it matters little now. He's causing what's happening, so we need to sort it out. And by sorting it out, I mean getting rid of him. Somehow, or something tells me after the interactions we've had with him, he won't listen to reason. So, I say when we have the chance, deal with him.
I agree.
So, murder.
Could be summed up like that.
Essentially, yeah.
Based.
I mean, if he's managed to summon the Void, I don't think we can deal with him physically. Or at
Perhaps
least
he'll
not
give
with
us an
so much
opportunity to.
ease.
I'm not sure if
You
it's something
doubt
you'd
it.
want to tamper with. But I agree. It seems like one of our only options.
If I have the
Even touching
opportunity
Void
to,
can
I'll
suck
fucking...
your life force.
If I have the opportunity to, I'll sink my blade into him. That's all I can really say. Listen, I know you give me shit for resorting to violence, but come on, at this point, what more is there to do? Really?
Definitely
mean,
seems like the
there's-
best course of action.
I mean, there's murder, or there's a separation, but again, Demilkus over there said that if you touch the void, apparently it sucks your life force.
Those are the tales we were
Sucks your
told.
life force.
Those are the tales?
Interesting.
So
Well,
what?
as
Even trying
children,
to
keep us
attack
away.
this, even trying to attack
Oh.
Kyle, we'd like get sucked into the void, or how exactly
It's-
would it work? How is he immune?
I don't know. That's just what we were told. Like, all we knew is anyone who went to go explore the void never came back. It's
Attacking Kyle.
Isn't that
so
weird,
much more
though?
dangerous than you could ever imagine.
Isn't that kind of weird, though?
Absolutely, but is everything else that's happening not also weird?
Yeah,
Is
but
the
what's
fact
to
that
say
it's
those-
been nighttime?
What's to say those people didn't come back for a different reason?
You've got a point. I mean, maybe...
I mean,
What
if
did-
if you're saying it's somehow correlated with the Klondike Man, how is it that he hasn't died yet?
That's what we're trying to figure out. We have no
Would
idea.
you like to
So-
become like him instead?
Well, I mean, if he's able to stay with the void and not die, who's to say everyone else that went to it died?
Who's to say that's even him? For all we know, he could have changed. None of us here, at least, know what he was like beforehand. Attacking him, while it may seem like the best option, is extremely risky.
We need to exhaust every other option first. Every other option. We'll do our best to find a way to hopefully return the sun, but in the meantime, our number one priority should just be making sure everyone has enough to eat.
Aye.
Have a stash
point.
saved for like very, very dire circumstance.
I've
In the meantime, we need to find food.
still got a bit of bread stored at my den, but that's about it. I mean, things are running small there too. It's just the stocks. It's apologies. I can't think. The cold. It's wearing down on me.
Oh,
It's okay. Well, it will be okay. As long as we all stick together and work things out, it will be fine. But
I hope so.
I don't think I'll
Endurians.
ever get used to that.
How are you both faring with the cold? This is normal for you, as you said, yes?
It's extremely
It's not
normal.
too bad.
It's eerie how similar this dimension has become to home.
I mean, Link, if you look at the color of the sand and then out to the night, you could almost
I'd
trick
rather not
yourself
think
into
about
thinking
it.
we're back.
I'd rather not think about it because, well, we're not. We're not back, and it's just seeming like we won't be.
And you there, Moo.
Hmm?
This is just a cold night for you, yes?
I wouldn't say cold. I'm kind of covered in fur here.
Ah, fair enough then.
Hmm.
And what have you then, Prince?
I'm freezing, but I've managed. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Very well.
Do you guys know anything about getting back home at all, or no?
I wish. No, nothing.
Do you wish to get back home?
A little bit. I have people to take care of.
Of course.
I need to
Of
return
course.
to. But I mean, at the same time, I've kind of been enjoying my stay here. I don't know. It's nice to meet so many people that, I don't know, everyone here is just so interesting.
The longer I stay, the more I do.
I mean,
Like, I'll make sure there's a way for at least you.
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter if I'm here in the nether at this point. As long as I get out the other side. Which, at this point, let's be real, chances aren't looking good. Of survival
Oh yeah.
for any of us. I mean, I don't mean to be a pessimist here, but listen, I know you two haven't exhausted all your options yet, but the rest of us, we just kind of sit here and twiddle our thumbs, wait to be swallowed or killed. It brings you
We'll
down
keep
a bit.
watching then.
Goodness.
The more I'm here, the more I'm just confused about everything. Like, why are there creatures in the nighttime that hurt you? Like, why is there so many differences, but also so many similarities to what I remember? There's just so much around here.
Well,
That doesn't make sense.
the creatures of the night are just gonna be normal now. You're gonna have to get used to them. You seem like you can handle yourself, though, with that hammer.
Yeah, the hammer
Until at least we bring the sun back. Which
Yeah.
we will. We will bring the sun back. Link,
How
we should
can
get
how
back
can
to
you
it.
say that so confident? We have no idea what's going on.
Yes, but we need to at least believe that we can. Or it will
Is there
be
anything I can do to help you guys in any way?
I'll let you know if I think of anything. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I feel like, I don't know, I'd much rather do something than just sit here and wait to, die to the void.
In the meantime, the best thing we can do is figure out the best way to obtain food. Maybe mushrooms in caves or something, but
That's a good
not
shout.
the best sort.
The mushrooms. Yeah. No, the mushrooms. No, that's a good call. I mean, there's the dark forests of this world. They're like the forest at home. They have fungus. It grows without sunlight, and perhaps we can harvest some. Bring it back.
There are mushrooms here?
Aye, well,
I don't think
it's
I've
not
ever
like the
seen
ones
any.
from home.
Oh, they're delicious if you
Okay.
put them in pasta. They're so good. They're so good.
Okay.
All right,
That sounds like a
Well-
viable option for food.
that's what I'm gonna get up
Okay,
to.
I'm
Then.
glad.
I'm gonna
That's good. I'm glad.
go on a short expedition, find some mushrooms. I think I know where a forest is. I've scouted around a bit. And what?
Okay.
You two are
Keep
going
your
to
optimism up.
research the void?
Yeah, Link, we should
Like
get back to
always.
Good.
Okay.
Uh,
Let's get mushrooms. That sounds like a good idea.
it. Keep us updated, and yes, if you have any theories or anything, always come to us.
Okay.
very
I'll
well.
let you know if I see anything.
Of
Would
course.
you
Thank
two
you.
like to come with me to figure out this book?
Oh yes, the book. They're absolutely.
You there,
That's a good idea.
Prince.
Yeah.
Would you like to follow me?
Hello. Yes.
Guys,
Optimistic.
watch this. It's a
Very well.
crucial moment.
Uh huh.
It's strange seeing you here, you know that.
Yeah. Oh,
You know
In
we've met
what way?
before. Well,
we have.
not that you'd remember. We're not a proper meeting. No. No, but I've known you for a while.
Really?
Yes.
Goodness. Where? How?
In your kingdom. It was common for me to visit. I wouldn't stay for long,
Really?
but I'd see you.
Oh my god, I had no idea. How did I
Well,
not?
We never made a big deal of it. We were just envoys, just seeing what was going on. Never staying for
see.
long, just making sure everything was normal.
Oh my.
It
Okay.
was standard for us waste walkers
Wow.
to just keep tabs, make sure everything was all right.
That makes sense. Did
They
you
even
ever
caught you training
end
with
up
that
meeting my
rapier
father?
at one point. Your father.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
You handle yourself well.
Thank you. Thank you.
I saw your father. Yes.
Yeah.
A good man.
Goodness. Yeah. Ugh.
You know, at this point, I see why you might want to stay here. You got a lot to live up to.
Really?
there.
Yeah, that's a good point. It is just a lot of constant fighting. I don't know. I mean, I'm not bad at fighting. It's just not something I've ever really been into.
You're not. And listen, while I enjoy a fight, this world has been peaceful. I would have loved to bring
Yeah.
my people here, have them settle down so they weren't under threat. So the waste
Your
walkers didn't have
people?
to spend. Well, not mine. Nobody was in charge. We just. You
as
didn't
in the
hear what
waste walkers.
happened.
I see.
Did you hear the rumors of what happened to my people? My commune?
The other waste walkers?
Aye. Have you heard anything? Any news? Anything since, say, a
Well-
year ago?
What do you know about them? You've been here for a year?
Yes.
That makes sense. Oh, okay. So, oh goodness. Okay.
I just heard from Ivory there were tales of myself and Clown going missing for a while.
Yeah.
Did that make it to your
Yeah, no,
people or
there's-
not?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a surprise to find out that you were here because up to my knowledge, I've heard that all the waste walkers had died out and that there weren't really any left.
And all of them dead.
All of them. Yeah, no one knows where any of them are. So finding you here was definitely a shock.
Suppose I should probably fill you in on some things.
Yeah.
Well, had you heard the tales, or what do you know about myself and Clown?
Not much other than, waste walker, esteemed fighter. That's really
Yes.
it.
You didn't ever have any run-ins with him back at home? You never visited him? Anything like that?
Who, Clown?
Aye.
No, I haven't heard anything about him really,
That's probably for the best.
other than just his name. Really?
Oh yes. Well,
I mean, I was told to avoid him. That's like really all I've heard about him so far.
yeah, I'd parrot that opinion.
Yeah?
Just stay away. I'll give you a brief run-in from the start.
Okay. Sure.
Well, Clown and I originally came to the overworld. A portal appeared in front of me. I went after Ray, but I didn't want to go alone. So I took Clown with me.
Okay.
Because we fought together. We were comrades. But
I see.
he came here. We found Ray. And instead of bringing her back home to safety with me, he wished to claim the bounty on her head. And,
Oh.
of course, I couldn't let that happen. So I fought and failed. But
You fought Clown?
I
Oh.
could hardly be called a
And
fair
you
fight.
failed?
Yes.
Oh my. Oh. Wait. You lost the fight to him, but was it like a spar or?
Look at me briefly. Hang on, behind you.
Yeah.
Do you see this scar here? Straight to my chest.
Yeah.
And that other one around my throat.
Yeah.
He nearly killed me. He left me for dead, lying in a magma cave. But I pulled through. I managed to crawl out, find my bearings, but by the time I left the cave, he had found a way home. I don't know how he did
Wait,
it.
away home, like back to the Nether?
I couldn't tell you how he did it, but that's what he managed to get up to. He got back home and
And-
brought Ray there, but Ray didn't protest. Her spirit was broken seeing what happened to me. And then he
Goodness.
brought Ray back to the commune, planned on claiming his reward. And then those fucking elders. I dread that you may have ever had a run-in with them, but they're all gone now.
Hmm.
He made sure of that.
Oh.
He killed everyone. Every
The
elder.
whole commune?
Everyone. I just...
Oh my
I
goodness.
didn't get to see it, nor have I seen any of them. I haven't been back home since I first came here. But that's what Ray relayed to me. Every single one of them, gone. And that's why you haven't heard
Wow.
much from the
And he
Waste
did that-
Walkers.
All by himself?
For the longest time, I thought he was just a normal Netherian, somebody who was just very, very keen with a blade. But he's something else, something different. He deals with magics I have never seen, something that's not natural to our realm. But
Goodness.
I have to use the tools he utilizes to bring him down. So that's my purpose here. Make sure Ray's all right, and cut him down in the process.
Okay.
But just
Huh.
stay away from him. He has done
Yeah.
irreparable damage to the minds of the young over there. Most of them back in
Really?
the town are... Oh, yeah, I mean... They're just... Their minds are like wet clay. He just molds them to whatever he wants. And there was a time where Cab and Maddie and the lot of them, they all just bent the knee, treated his word like gospel. But
Goodness.
they all see him now.
Yeah,
Wow.
he doesn't seem like the best guy. I wouldn't really want to. I couldn't even imagine that. Oh my god.
Mm. But not much we can do. He'll just...
Huh.
He has all of our lives by a thread. Can't exactly do much.
Well, why hasn't anyone? Well, I guess I. Huh.
I mean,
Has it really only been you that's tried to fight against him?
to my knowledge, but I've cautioned everybody else. I wouldn't recommend even all of us taking him down. His speed just seemed unnatural, his blows so keen. I mean, look at this. I've fought all my life. 9 years since I took down my first wither. He got a shot on me, clean in the chest. I couldn't even see it coming.
Goodness.
And I know
Wow.
what you've heard about me. I know I may have an ego and I may have pride, but I know what I'm capable of. And I know what he's capable of, and that, it was just unnatural.
I mean, if he really beat you that bad, yeah, doesn't seem like we have the best shot. Okay.
We just have to grit
Huh.
our teeth, bide our time, and wait for the Enderians to find a solution.
I hate that. I hate waiting around for other people to fix our mess.
Aye.
But yeah,
I mean,
I'd much rather prefer to like take action in any way we can. I mean, like that's like the typical response, is to pick up a sword and fight. But I
it's
mean,
in
if
our
we just have
blood.
to sit around, bide our time, it's not
We want to
not
act.
the
We want
greatest
to do
situation.
something. Aye, I agree, but
Yeah.
it's all up to them now. It's you came to this world at a shit time. Speaking
Yeah.
of, why are
Mhm.
you here? What? How?
Oh,
It's
it's an interesting story.
I was just in my den,
It's
and all of a sudden a portal appeared, like the one that I came through.
yeah. Yeah. So
Could I hear the
uh,
story?
yeah. Should we keep moving? Oh,
Aye,
wait,
well,
am I?
we'd have to
Oh,
sail
I
a
had my
bit.
okay.
It's across this
Okay.
body of water.
Um,
They'll craft us some sort of vessel.
Okay.
You
So
keep talking.
essentially, what ended up happening was my companion Delilah wanted to go track down someone who killed someone close to her, her cousin.
Aye.
And she needed
Hop aboard.
revenge. So
Hmm.
she, goodness, this, okay. She wanted to go and get revenge on her. This person was Ivory. And
Ivory?
it turns out that
What?
she'd been staying here. Yeah. Yeah, Ivory had murdered someone very close to my companion Delilah. So she chose to come to the overworld to try and exact revenge. However, we did not realize that our trip would, be more of a permanent thing. We expected to hop through the portal, kill Ivory, and then come back, but
In and
it
out.
seems like we're here
Sorted
for
quickly.
yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
But they did end up fighting, but now things are all sorted out between them, and it seems like they don't want to kill each other anymore.
then-
So I think things are good there.
Ivory didn't kill them? Did
No,
kill
Ivory
them?
did.
What was the reason?
I'm not
Was
exactly
it out
sure
of
what
honor?
happened between them.
Disagreement? What?
I have no idea. Oh, why Ivory killed Delilah's
Aye.
cousin?
Yes.
I believe they were one of the peacemakers.
Peacemaker. I
Yeah.
see.
And they were like really bad. I don't know. I don't know the full story exactly.
I only heard tales of their, in the name.
Yeah, it seems
Peacekeeping.
like
But
yeah. They weren't the best group. I do remember that as well.
some fucking peacekeepers to keep peace in the nether didn't do a very good job.
Yeah.
Well, from what I know of Ivory, she's been very good. She's strong. She holds her own. She's been someone I can count on in
Yeah.
this realm. I don't abide by the old
Yeah.
ways of honor, but if I did, I would pledge my blade to her. You learn after a while in this world, and after a while in life, that sometimes the old ways of honor, they seem so feeble. They don't hold up as well as they might at home. Do you still abide by the old
Like-
ways? Is it taught in your kingdom to follow honor, or are you not as hell-bent?
Definitely in my kingdom, not as much anymore.
And what put you off the path?
But I still believe honor is quite important.
And what put you off the path of honor? Did something get in the way?
Not really. I've just kind of, I don't know. Back home, I feel as if I need to play some sort of character. Like I need to be this king who knows everything and can always be someone that my what's it called? My people could rely on. But over here, I don't have any of that pressure. None of it. And it feels, I don't know, it's relieving in a way.
I see.
Yeah.
Look at this. They're like the ones at
Whoa.
home. The warped stems, the
Yeah.
crimson trees. Hang on.
I did not think I'd find something like this in the overworld, but
Let me chip away at them.
interesting.
Look! Mushrooms.
Wow, okay.
Okay, this is
Do
good.
you think we can
This
grow
is
these
good.
back home as well?
Back home? Perhaps
Yeah.
Well, I've seen the mushrooms back at home, but I've never seen them grow to this size. It must be some sort of quality of this
Yeah.
dimension. I say
Well,
we
I
just
meant
grab...
back at the village.
back at the village.
Oh,
Aye. Perhaps,
yeah,
I mean...
Yeah.
I'd have to ask. I mean, I'm no expert on botany. I just travel the land enough to figure out where this sort of thing is.
Fair enough.
I've been in this world a while now, Zam. I figured out a thing or two. It's good, but not quite home. I miss the warmth of it all. The sulfur in the air.
Yeah, no, it's a lot colder
The
here.
seas of magma.
Yeah, there are definitely qualities about the Nether that I miss.
If you
Just
find a way
not-
back, could you let me know? Could you bring me with you?
For sure.
But
Yeah.
just don't tell any of the denizens of the town. I just want to leave. Have them not know better or, no knowledge of
Really?
my
I thought,
departure.
I mean, you've been here for over a year. Wouldn't you want them to know? At least say goodbye or anything?
Perhaps, but I'd rather leave sooner than later. It's for the best. They'll get over it.
Why, if you don't mind me asking?
I need to attend to my people and what's left of them before their bones
see.
and
That's
rubble
fair.
blows away into the wastes. They need a
That
proper
makes sense.
burial.
Yeah.
And if that means leaving this world behind, then so be it. These people, they're a family to me now. And they're all I've got, but...
You're still
things
willing
always-
to just leave them all behind.
I mean, love them to bits, but things just seem to go wrong with them. They're too scatterbrained, they can't concentrate, things just go to shit, whereas that back in the Nether. Although everything's unpredictable, things jump out at you behind rocks. It seems
Yeah.
more predictable in that way. Listen, it's hard to say if I love them or not, but they're all right. I care for them. I'll make sure they're safe, then I'll piss off. They won't know any better.
I see.
Hmm.
That's respectable. I get it. I mean, I don't know.
What? Would you
Turning
stay
to the
behind
Nether,
with that?
I mean, I mean, I don't know.
Suppose you got time to think it over. As if you can't even get back to the Nether.
That's
mean-
true. It's not something worth thinking about. You're right.
You haven't seen the Void yet. I mean, I only saw it once. I went to check on it again, but I got distracted by finding Moo. That's a
see.
distraction. But
Yeah.
it's something unlike anything that is back at home. It's colored like
Huh.
they're in this realm too, the Enderman from the
The Enderman.
Aye, from the warped valleys.
Yeah.
They're like that.
I see.
But it's just
And it's just a sea of it,
it's
of just
almost
darkness.
It's hard to say darkness, it's just nothing. Like when you look to the stars, you see light, you see something above you, but when you stare into the void, it's almost just I'm not scared of much in my life,
Goodness.
but it's starting to worry me.
Yeah, that definitely does sound terrifying.
Hmm.
Okay.
We should head back.
Yeah.
We won't bring much mushrooms, but we'll plan a larger expedition. Bring bags,
Yeah.
some chests with boats.
Mm-hmm.
try to mobilize as many people as we can. Just while the scholars are doing their job, we'll try to do what we can. That's what you wanted, aye?
Yeah, to take some sort of action.
Very
I don't
good.
know. I feel maybe it's an instinct thing, but I do feel some kind of obligation to help out and try to protect, you
I
know?
mean, you're a prince. Once you have people, you strive to protect them. It's in your
Yeah,
blood.
exactly. I don't know. But goodness.
I always admire that about your kingdom.
Thank
Your
you.
leadership, your father's leadership as well, was good. Looked out for its folks. Our elders were never
Mm.
like that. But it's in the
Really?
past. Aye. The elders, they
I
just
see.
looked after themselves. As time bore on, they became more corrupt by the day.
Hmm. Goodness.
I won't be treating their corpses like those of the others. That's if there's anything left of them. And you heard nothing about a commune that had been wiped off the map. You had heard no rumors, nothing like that.
Not that I remember, no.
Just like that. Wiped away from history. Shame.
Yeah. It's awful.
It's not great. Alright, we'll be docking in a moment.
Okay. Whew.
Alright. Not gonna get used to these all the time.
Yeah.
Alright.
Definitely not as bad as fighting people in the nether, but yeah.
Not as bad as the fucking pigs.
Yeah.
Your kingdom, was it at war when you left it?
No. We never really tried to engage in war as much as we could, we tried to avoid it.
And were the pigs harassing your people? Anything else?
Not too
Nipping at
often.
your heels?
Occasional raids, but it's not that hard to fend them off.
Aye, when they're unorganized.
Yeah.
I remember it must have been, I'd say, about 3 years ago. 2 years before I came here, we had upset a local piglin brute, but this brute had more intelligence than the others. You won't believe this, but he managed to unite his tribes. Him and the nearby warring factions all came for our commune at once.
Really?
Yes.
How many people was it?
How many piglin?
Yeah.
They're not people to me. Must have been hundreds. Waves and waves of them.
Goodness.
There were,
And you were
only,
able to fight them all off with your commune?
there were only 20 of us wastewalkers at the gate.
Goodness.
I was standing as vanguard. I was about to be overwhelmed, and that's when he came in. That hooked scythe, that mask. Clown came in and butchered them.
Oh
It was
my.
damn impressive.
What? He managed to take them out, like, by himself?
He cleaved down 7 pigs in one swing, lifted a brute up by his
Goodness.
neck, held him by the scruff and beheaded him in front of the rest of us.
Goodness.
We learned to respect him not just for his strength. He always was just there when he needed to be. I should have known he was unnatural of some sort. He never seemed quite right. Yes. This path looks familiar. Oh, that's why.
Huh?
Have you interacted much with Moo yet?
Not really. I was. They came up to me today.
Hmm.
Yep.
Say anything of interest?
Nope. Nothing.
Alright, fair enough then.
Mm-hmm.
They may seem immature and impulsive at times, but they know more than they give it out to be. They're very mature.
Nope, I'm out of food. Goodness.
Not quite sure what's up with them, but they got a good head on their shoulders
I mean,
so long as they focus.
they seem to know. They knew things about the void, correct?
I couldn't even begin to think how
Yeah.
they knew that.
Yeah, that was shocking. I did not expect that either.
Very well. Go back to the stump. Very well, Zam. It's been a pleasure meeting you, but I should head back to my den and, try and get some rest. Just the lack of food's been making me tired. Used to eating golden
Yeah,
carrots,
fair
but
enough.
this bread diet's making me feel like shit. No
Yeah.
protein.
No, I feel the same way.
Hmm.
Goodness.
Alright then. Look after yourself, and
Very well.
if you and Delilah need anything, come to my den. Just make sure to knock beforehand. Do me a favor and don't stumble in unless I'm there, alright?
Okay, for sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Very well.
I appreciate the offer. Thank you so much.
Stay safe, Prince.
Thank you. You too.
He's good, that one. I didn't know how he would be these days, but when I met him, he had a spark. I can't believe he doesn't remember. Even introduced myself as a little brat. Whatever. He's grown up. Just like we all did. One day I won't have to look at that fucking moon ever again. But until then, I need more guidance. I know you're all still listening. Give me something. Anything to just keep moving. I can do whatever it takes. Knowledge. Knowledge of what? Of what? Interesting. It will be done.